The radar has been threatening rain for like 3 days, and like it has not happened. And I was really hoping Mother Nature would take care of this job for me, but she's not doing it. So let's water these garden beds. I think that's a dahlia. That over there in the corner, that's a marigold. I don't know what kind of tomatoes these are. I've got 3 different kinds. Amish paste. These may all be Amish paste in this bed. I've got Amish paste, pink Belgium, and a yellow cherry tomato. It's kind of it's not really small. It's but it's not like a mid-size. I don't know. It's a good sized little tomato. Perfect like 1 or 2 biter. Perfect for a salad. I've never planted tomatoes in a raised bed before. We usually have this whole area in a big, big tilled up area, but I didn't feel like that was something my son and I can do on our own, so my dad helped me build these beds. And I want to put up at least 2 more. I got this one here that's done but not filled, and then we've got another partial one there. I think we're just missing one piece on it to put it together. And then we have 3 smaller ones back behind me. And if they weren't so weedy, I'd show them to you. So maybe you'll see them another day. Sorry, I'm terrible at... Oh, actually, this one has some, that one might be a little yellow cherry. She's got some blooms on her. All right, girl, you go. These are all things that I started from seed. That's like, I love to start my garden from seed if I can. But we've just been on our own kind of schedule this year, since this is our first year to have a garden without my husband's help. We're kind of on our own a little bit, so I just figure, we get what we get out of it, and I just don't care. I mean, I care, but I'm not stressing about it. If somebody were to say, Carrie, you're behind, you're not going to have enough tomatoes before the season's over, I don't give a rat's ass. My life has been upside down. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's it. Like, the fact that we have these beds and we have plants in them, I'm happy as hell about that. I heard this thing, or I read, hope doesn't have to be loud. Just the fact that I get up each morning and let the chickens out and feed the cats, that's hope being alive in my heart, That's me being hopeful. The fact that I'm out here watering these dang things. The fact that I even started them 2 or 3 months ago. That was hope. But anyway, here she is. This is all, we had a pile of topsoil. My husband had a load of topsoil dumped a couple years ago that we just kind of been dragging off or pulling off of when we had a project going that needed some. That is not a flower. I think that's a weed I just watered. So that's what we filled them with. And then we have a compost pile outside of the barn that's always, like, every year we scrape out the barn, and it's hay and goat manure and chicken manure and whatever's in the barn. And it just sits there in the field all the time, always decomposing, and the chickens are always, working it over like they do. So that's what the black stuff is on top. And we hadn't added to that compost pile since last fall, since October. My brother-in-law and sister came over and helped us scrape out the barn. So that had been sitting a good several months before we pulled it, 8 months or so, 9 months, however long that was. But these are peppers. My peppers didn't do great that I started from seed. These are just bell peppers and jalapenos. I also started some shishito, but I slowly lost one by one by one until I had no shishito left. So that's okay. Jalapeno and bell peppers are okay for us. That's all right. Shishito I was just going to eat fresh anyway. I wasn't going to put them up, but I can put up jalapenos and bell peppers. And I have 2 different kinds of marigolds. Some of them are tall. I don't know what they're called, but they're like a tall, like 2.5 feet tall. And some are just regular, like short size ones. And I had started several other flowers too. My mom took several different things that I had. Alright, then those look pretty good. Alright. Thanks for joining me on my little watering adventure and chat. Have a good one. Okay, fine. Here they are.